Hello everyone, Mandevu here, finally back with the Long Dark. No, this is not the Archivist Challenge, and yes, you are missing content. You are missing content because I chose not to upload it. What? Oh yay, it's like the middle of the night. This is going to be interesting. Can I? I'm going to see if there's some supplies in this little area real quick. Convenient of it to pop me off right here. I can't see a thing, so hang on, wait. Middle shelf. No. No. Uh-oh. See, now I don't know where I've turned my... Oh, wait. Turn my mouse at... Come back. Come back. Come back! Do I have any matches? No, I didn't want to light the flare. Oh, well. Hey, replacement flare. That works for me. Oh, this works too. Okay. So I guess we'll grab some stuff in here real quick. But yeah, yes, you are missing content. I chose not to upload it because it was a video where I got really, really raw. And while I have no problems expressing my emotions to people, especially since most of the people that watch my channel are my friends, you know, I mean, I got no problems doing this, but I realized what I needed more than anything was to discuss the situation that was bothering me. Hold on a moment, something weird's going on outside my door. Alright, sorry about that. That was weird. But yeah, so I got really raw in the content that you are not seeing. And it is content that is now permanently gone, by the way. So you're not going to see it anyway. But I was, you know, in an emotional state that I wasn't happy about. And I realized now what I really needed to do was just let everything out. And keep in mind, I got no problems letting my feelings out. Like, I use tact where necessary, but for the most part, I'm not, like, that person that's gonna, like, I'm a blunt individual if you know me. And so in this video, I discussed an issue that I was having with a couple of my friends. And I went into, you know, full detail. And keep in mind, like, in comparison to issues that most people have, I think that was a woof. In comparison to a lot of the issues that, you know, most people have with their friends when they say they have issues, you know, mine was minor. But, you know, everyone has different emotional tolerances and whatnot. And I was feeling neglected and unwanted and just, like, not important to the people, to a couple of people that I really care about. So I came on here and I was just sitting there going, no, I'm just going to lay it all out because I need to let this out of my system regardless. So I did that. And, you know, I think it was about an hour, 2-hour video or something like that. And, like, I was crying in it and everything. And, again, I got no problems expressing my emotions. If y'all hear me cry at some point, you know, it's genuine. But, you know, once I had gotten all of that out of my system, oh yeah, I'm definitely hearing wolves. This should not be the direction I go. Once I had gotten all that out of my system, I came back and kind of thought about the video for a while, and I realized I felt a whole lot better. So what I needed to do was just at least act like I had an ear. You know, I needed someone to listen, so I initially posted this with, okay, they're going to find out anyway because they watch my content. I'm going to also go ahead and go for it. And keep in mind, the subject that was brought up was something I had attempted to address with them multiple times before. But I felt like it never really got through, and I could just feel the anger and frustration boiling, like, harder and harder and harder, so I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to approach this in a tactful manner, and I'm going to wind up saying something I regret, you know, to these people that I care about, so let me just take a step back and not do that. So, and you know, once I'd come on here and ranted and raved and, you know, carried on and gotten it all off my chest, I felt a lot better about it and was able to approach them later in a much more civil manner, and we got the issue resolved. So, you know, you're missing all that content. You're basically missing my breakdown over how I felt. You know, conversely, you're also missing some game content as a result. And as of this particular save right here, it's a brand new save, and I have none of my original saves anymore, except for the Archivist Challenge. And the reason I'm not going into that is mostly... Oh, that's like a bird. Okay. It's been a while since I played this game. And the primary reason that I kept the Archivist challenge is because it's been almost a year since I've touched the game. And that's not even entirely intentional. So it's like, yeah, I need to re-familiarize myself. Oh, the fog is setting in. Yep, it sure is. Okay, let's stick to the road. But yeah, it's been a while since I played the game, so it's like, okay, I need to re-familiarize myself with it before I go ahead and take on a challenge. Because, y'all, I haven't even played Episode 4. And that's not intentional either. I want to, I just haven't gotten around to it. There's either been other games that I want to play I want to play more, or there's been other stuff I wanted to do, or other stuff that's in the way, or I just haven't been in the mood to play The Long Dark. Much like Minecraft, it's one of those games that I come back to on the regular, but don't always, like, stick with. This is gonna... it's gonna take a little time to make us really freaking cold. And we are now at hypothermic risk. These owls, yo. I love owls, but these owls are freaking me out just a little bit.
Do I if I don't warm up soon?
Nah, you got plenty of condition. You'll be fine. So yeah, you are missing content. That is the reason why. All issues have been resolved since then. And pretty much the reason that doing all of that helped me is because whenever I go to record a video, I make it with the intention of putting it online so that you guys can see it. Because, that's what my channel is for. Yes, it's for me, but it's also for my friends. And so if my friends are going to see something, I have to act as though I'm intending fully to post stuff. Alright, let's see. And so because of that, I'm able to kind of trick my brain into being like, okay, they heard me, or someone heard me, or whatever. Yeah, okay, see. I need to focus on survival here for a second. Sorry if you guys can't see very well. I know it's kind of dark right now. I don't have any way to break up the planks. Oh, hey, more shoes. Why did I have to start in the dark? Why? I get you're called The Long Dark, but come on, man. Oh, hey. I don't know, rifle ammunition can stay there, because until I find the rifle, that can just stay there. Because, man. Let's see, remembering my controls. What's my clothing situation? Oh, my clothing situation is crap. These are not as warm. How are these less warm? Are these new? They're decent. Oh, these are worn, that's why. Okay, yeah. There's like... no effect on my sprint speed. Oh, this is minus to my sprint speed. I guess that makes sense, because these are fancy shoes. Alright, we'll just hang on to those for now. How much more? We still got a ways. I would like to not have hypothermia be a thing, but I don't think I have enough of anything to warm me up. However, I can't see either, and if I can't see, y'all can't see. I don't know how long this is going to be, so we're just gonna give this a try. So, on a fun note, I have gotten my mom into this game. She actually really likes it. And when I first told her what the game was about, she was like, "You mean you just survive in the winter? And that's the whole game? That's boring. That sounds so boring. I don't want to do that. I'll just play the story mode." So she got the game on the Switch and has been playing the story mode. And after she got through the first, 3 chapters, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I love this game." And now survival mode is her favorite mode. The one she thought was boring. She's like me with Minecraft. I bashed Minecraft's graphics hard the very first time I ever touched the game. And now whenever there's a biome, a mod pack biome that mimics the way it used to look, I'm excited. So it's like I'm very well aware that I am now officially a hypocrite on that one. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. KH puts it away. Warmth. Get some heckin' warmth. How much water do we have on us? We got some water. How's our stats? More concerned about the food than the water, but we will go ahead and get... no, can I not... Yeah, there we go. Water. We'll go ahead and get this going, because not only will this warm us up, wow, look at that. Whee! Dang it. There we go. And we'll pick up the can because right now it's the only thing we've got. So, this will help us get through the rest of the night. In relative warmth, and actually in great warmth, because even though it's foggy outside, you know, it ain't so bad. Okay. What all do I have? Oh, I have an MRE. Heck yes. That is rare. I almost never get to start with one of those. So that's nice. That or I found it and I wasn't paying attention because I was blabbering. That's entirely possible. I know I need to reconfigure how I aim. It's not quite as good as it should be. Yeah, okay. Why is this in the crafting thing when I can't really do much with it? You know what? I don't care. Alright, let's see. Tinder plugs, blah, 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 blah. Okay, alright. Yep. Okay, we'll focus on just hanging out of the fire over here for now. But yeah, so I wanted to come back to the series because Mom's been playing it, and I was like, you know what? I haven't touched this in a while. I think I'm going to play it. And I do have a lot to talk about, so this is a great game for that. Especially at the moment, since I'm stuck looking at this fire until the sun rises. Yeah, make sure I'm aware of how much time there is on this. Yeah, because for planks and stuff I need... Oh, hello, bedroll. How is our bedroll? Our bedroll is 81. What is this bedroll at?
This stuff will come in handy.
84. Yeah, I'll take it. I will take the... Ooh. See, there's more stuff in here. I just couldn't see it because it's dark. I need a short dark. Can I have a short dark, please? So, the video that I uploaded just recently, as of the recording of this one, I called it the long oof because I was doing a sound test in preparation for this recording, and I honestly had fun with that. I was like, yes, I finally got to dive over a cliff. I've never had a reason to do that in the long dark because it's permadeath. Like at every level, it is permadeath. You lose the whole world. So it's just like, that was weirdly satisfying. Ooh. Sorry, coffee. It's afternoon coffee, and this is just because I felt like having another cup. So, trying to figure out what to talk about first. I guess we're going to the fact that my sleep schedule's been jacked up, and I'm trying to jack it up slightly differently, if that makes sense. Because I'm currently between jobs as of this recording. I am schooling in medical coding. I'm trying to learn medical coding, and I'm going to make that my job. Because it's a recession-proof job. You know, the community is small, and it makes good money, so I'll be able to support myself. The problem is it's really difficult to learn because you have to code to the absolute highest specificity. So like, yeah, it's a pain in the neck to learn, and they're trying to because like what makes it difficult is not the coding itself, because there's tons of guidelines and places to go within your book and within whatever software I'll be using at whatever place I wind up working at. That will help me with this, but like with looking up the actual code. But what I have to do to make sure I have the correct code is dissect a doctor's note. Now, thankfully, I don't have to look at the handwritten ones because you better darn well pay people good money if they can translate that nonsense. But yeah, it's the job I was going to try to get before this was medical transcription, which is they listen to the audio of the doctor's notes and transcribe it. As someone who is neurodivergent, I cannot do that. I cannot do that. That's just a no. Because, like, I can't listen to anything other than what that doctor is saying. And if he's eating something or he has a thick accent, I'm going to really struggle to understand what he's saying. And then if I transcribe it wrong, I'm the one that gets in trouble. So it's like, I wasn't the one that was eating and trying to, you know, talk about all these big medical words. But yeah, sure, I'm the one that's in trouble. So that was a no. I think thankfully the money I paid for that course was something I could shrug off at the time. And the same thing was true of this course as well. Like I can shrug off this one because I had the funds and because I caught it on sale. Now granted, this one's a lot more expensive than transcription, but it's nowhere near as expensive as college, and I get to do it at home. So, because I'm going to be work from home anyway. That's all medical coding is. You work from home. It's always been a work from home job. So that's another reason I'm learning it. But yeah, I have to work with the transcription of the doctor's notes so that I can code to the highest level of specificity, which means I need to not only get, like, the diagnosis, but, like, what was done to the patient, and, like, one other thing. Because there's 3 types of codes. There's your ICD-10-CM, which is diagnostics. There's the CPT, which is what was done. And then there's HCPCS, which I haven't figured out what it is yet because I'm behind everybody else. Of course, I am behind by choice. And it's not a matter of, you know, I'm dragging. It's a matter of the particular school I'm attending, the AAPC. They allow you to pay for extensions. And an extension can last for... No, I don't want caps lock. I want tab. Can last for a month, and it's only $50 a month for an extension. Like, if I only need 1 extension, that's only an extra $50. And if I need 2, it's an extra $100. But like, it's a monthly thing, so I can do that. I can take the time I need to make sure I am genuinely learning this instead of just passing tests. Because if I'm just passing tests and I suddenly get in the field and I don't know what the heck I'm doing, there goes my whole job. So I'm slowing down intentionally to make sure I'm actually grasping the concepts, and it's not easy, y'all. It is not easy. But that's the big thing that's been going on in my life. That and we had to put down our dog. We did. We had to put down Dakota. And it was a really sad thing. You know, it always is. But I know that I bounced back quicker than Mom because that was her dog. You know, that was her baby. That was her puppy. And I get that because that's what Wallace was for me. So, like, I totally get that. You know, it's just, it sucks. It's a very hard thing to do. But, you know, we were there for him in the end. You know, she was there for him in the end. And we made sure that he was nice and asleep before we ever allowed them to, you know, put in the lethal injection. Because, basically, he had some fatty tumors growing on him. And this is a common thing with dogs that have golden retriever blood. So we had that going on. I'm going to add just a couple of sticks to keep us going through the night without, you know, dropping through my regular supplies. Because we're close, but we're not close enough. So, you know, he had a couple of fatty tumors. And one of them was on his elbow. And it was starting to get really big. So I took him in, you know, long before he got to the point that we had to put him down. And I said, hey, what can we do about this? You know, this is clearly... You know, it's clearly getting bigger. He's clearly uncomfortable. And we shouldn't just, you know, leave this here. Let's do something about it. And unfortunately, because of the location, even if they had removed the tumor, there would not have been enough skin on his leg to cover the injury back up, to cover the surgical wound back up. So he would have just had an open wound, and that's all kinds of no, especially when your dog is long-haired and stubborn, because freaking partial husky blood, man. Never get a husky. They're great dogs from a distance. They're great dogs when other people have them. You don't want a husky unless you are every bit as stubborn and you are highly active. No, that is not me. I might be as stubborn, but I'm not as active, and I don't want to put up with the noise level because huskies are also vocal. Thankfully, Dakota was not particularly vocal. But yeah, he had one of those fatty tumors. And on top of that, he got arthritis so bad in his like lower back and hips that he actually wound up being prescribed a permanent pain medication. And we gave it to him twice a day. And when he was on that, he did really well. Like, he still kind of, like, you know, stumbled and struggled a bit with his legs, with his back legs. But it wasn't anything outside of what you would expect out of a 15-year-old dog, you know? And he would still try to do stuff that he did when he was younger. Like, when he would get excited, he'd spin in circles sometimes. Like, he'd go run to the back door and then spin. And he would still try to do that. And we were just like, you need to not. Just stop. Stop. Because you're going to hurt yourself more. And a couple of times he did fall, and we had to help him back up. And sometimes, you know, getting him up in the morning was a quick, you know, let me help you get on your feet kind of thing. And then he was good to go. But, you know, he had a bad fall one day and was struggling to move afterwards. And we think that something about that specific fall hurt him more than any of the medication we had would fix. And on top of that, that big old fatty tumor that was on his elbow burst. It burst, y'all. That is nasty as frig. I hope nobody ever has to see that. Just, ugh. There's several reasons why I found that horrifying. I was able to, you know, stick through it and everything. I'm not, like, massively traumatized or anything, but it wasn't something I was wanting or expecting to see. Thankfully, I did have a warning about it before I just, suddenly saw, part of my dog's innards. But, it's still not a fun thing to see. It ain't cool, y'all. It's not cool. Props to all my vet tech friends and all my veterinarian friends, because, oh my goodness, y'all have so much you have to put up with. But yeah, that happened, and that on top of him not wanting to use his back legs, and then when he did use them, one he would just completely drag. So I was thinking, okay, there's nothing else we can do for him. Let's go ahead and see if there's any remote chance that something can be done. And if not, it's probably time. And my mom was like, yeah, let's see if there's anything we can do first. Because, that's her baby. That's her dog. So she went to the appointment with me, and, the vet was like, yeah, with his tumor bursting, and she tested, both of his back legs, and one was unresponsive. She suspected there had been some nerve damage. And with the one leg, in her experience, if the one leg goes, eventually the other leg is also going to go. So it was time. So, we gave him a sedative, and we made sure he got nice and deep in his sleep, and then, gave him the lethal injection and, put him out of his misery, because he was not having a good life. And what made the burst tumor so bad wasn't that he did feel it, it was that he did not. He did not react to this at all. It just, dangled, ugh. Like, it's gross, y'all. Like, I hate thinking about it. I hate describing it, but I know I gotta get it out of my system, because I haven't said this to anyone else, but, okay. It looked like meat. And that's nasty, because it's a dog. Like, no. And, of course, right now, all the vegans are going nuts. I don't mind, Dave, but you shouldn't be eating it. See, it looks like meat. You shouldn't eat it. Would you eat a dog? Does this mean you eat a dog? No. Because at the end of the day, carnivores are not safe to eat. Bite me. There's a scientific proof to that. Also, here's a fun thing most vegans don't want you to know. They eventually go back to eating meat, because, there's something wrong in that diet. We are omnivores. We are meant to eat meat. So, yeah. And I mean, it's one thing if meat, legitimately, physically makes you sick. Like, if you are medically unable to eat it, I get that. Go vegan, by all means. But, what has vegan become? A trend, a way to bully, because that's all that the extreme left does these days. Oh, well, you have to be open-minded, but only if you're this kind of open-minded. Like, oh my goodness. You want to talk about hypocritical. Everyone wants to complain about the far right. The far left is worse. Oy, oy, oy. And that's about as political as y'all will hear me get. Because you know me, I hate discussing politics. And I hate discussing it because people don't want to discuss it. They want to rant and rave. They want to carry on. They want to fight. They want to be closed-minded. They want, it's all, you're with me or you're against me, and absolutely no middle ground, and that is not how life works. So that's why I don't get politicals, because I don't care about Lizard 1 or Lizard 2. They both suck because they're both lizards. So there you go. There's my political rant. More coffee. Sorry. So yeah, poor Dakota is gone. But he went painlessly in the end, because we made sure it was painlessly, and I don't think he was feeling anything anyway. In hindsight. He was just struggling to move. Like, he would still eat, he would still drink. Although towards the end, that last week, and no, we didn't leave his tumor burst for a week. We got him in as soon as we possibly could, as soon as that happened. But for the last week of his life, he would kind of drink sporadically. And then he would regularly mess himself in the bed. So I don't think he could feel it particularly much when his bladder was full. He seemed to be able to feel it when he needed to defecate, but he definitely couldn't feel it when he needed to urinate. So yeah, at the end of the day, it was definitely time. The poor dog. And oh man, you do not want to know what the inside of a dog smells like. Ugh. So yeah, that's the other big thing that's happened. Oh, and I got to go to the ER for my back. Yay! Now, thankfully, it was just some muscular thing. I don't know what, mind you, because it does still bother me. But not as much as... And this happened on the same day, which really sucked. My poor mom went through such a massive emotional ringer that day. Because, on the one hand, in the morning, we went in as an emergency appointment and ultimately had to put her dog down. And, she got to say goodbye, and she was there for me. She knew she needed to do that, and we got home, and she started to go in recovery mode, and I took a nap because I hadn't been able to fall asleep the previous night. And when I woke up, I could almost not get out of bed. My back hurt so bad. And it wasn't like a constant pain, but it's like I tried to move and it was like, oh, I better not do that. Like, you get that one pain that it's like, oh, let me not. Let me just not. Okay, the sun's going to be coming up pretty soon, which is good. I think we'll just go ahead and run this fire out and just stick with it. Let me go ahead and get a little bit of water and a little bit of food in me. I will risk the 42% chocolate bar. I don't think I want to go below 40% in this game, because, boy, food poisoning does a number on you in the long dark. I do recall that much. But yeah, so poor mom went through the emotional ringer, because as soon as she's starting to get into, emotional recovery mode, I have to go to the hospital. And it's like, oh crap, I have to say goodbye to my dog. Oh crap, what's wrong with my daughter? So that's like double whammy, bam, just, oh. Man. Like, my poor mom really went through it that day. But I'm okay. They gave me, like, a muscle relaxer and, I think naproxen or something. So I'm better now. That looks like a thingy. It's a hunting knife. Yeah, I can see a little better now, too. So I'm going to move around a bit, see if there's anything else in here that I could grab that I couldn't see before. Did I go through the... Yes, I did go through the backpack. Yeah, sure. I'll grab the newspaper. Is there anything else up here and over here? And no? Yeah. I need the hatchet. Need a hatchet. But at least I have a hunting knife. It's nice to have that early, because you almost never get the hunting knife early. Oh, hello. Ooh, mittens. That means more clothing. Actions. Okay, no, I want to put these on. That's right, I gotta do this. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's worse. Alright, never mind. I'll just hang on to it then. Got that. Doesn't appear to be anything in here. You don't have much time left on you, so I guess we'll go ahead and leave you at that. I guess I'll go ahead and take the rifle ammunition. So, the closest place here, because I did my long dark randomizer, and I was gonna, before I started recording, and once again with the stipulation that Ash Canyon was not gonna be where we start, because I had even now I still have too many episodes in Ash Canyon. So we're at Distillation Point, and I'm going to head towards the Coastal Highway. And I'll probably make that my base, not just because it's been a long time since I've been there, and it is still one of my favorite bases because it is still one of my favorite maps. But yeah, like, let's. Woof. Actually, I think we got that cold just from walking out, so never mind. Go get some sticks. We'll do some heckin' warm-ups and stuff on the way.